Okay, Zafina should, with the speech title, The Importance of Mastering Your Entertainment Speaking Skill. The importance of mastering your entertainment speaking skill. Zafina.
Hello, good evening, members of Toastmaster.
Good evening.
Alright, today I'm going to be talking about the importance of mastering your entertainment speaking skill if you want to be a good, effective, and competent speaker. But before I go further, questions. What are you doing here in this room? Why are you in Toastmaster? For what reason? Do you want to share with me? What was the reason that you joined Toastmaster actually?
I want to improve my leadership skills.
Leadership skill. Any more takers? How about you, sir? You are Mr. Fong. So, okay. Do you mind sharing with me, with all of us, the reason you joined Toastmaster, the reason that you're in this room today?
Self-development.
Self-development. Good. You see, the reason for me, and to some of us actually, I believe, is actually to improve our public speaking skill. As for me, it's actually more than that besides that. I want to be a speaker. Okay? So what I did was, I referred to some friends to get some advice. And I happened to refer to one friend of mine who's actually in Toastmaster, and he told me, Zafina, why don't you join Toastmaster? Perhaps you can use that as a platform to develop your speaking skill. So here I am. I have been with Toastmaster for the past 3.5 months. Okay, and I have to be very honest with you. Yes, I learned a lot. I did a lot of tips, skills, ideas and ways, and strategies on how to be a good speaker. And one of it, I found out, for you to be not just a good speaker, but an effective, efficient speaker, you have to master your entertainment speaking skill. Okay? You see, in the manual that you have with you, it says that an entertainment speaker is more of a sizzle and a steak. It's a universal human need. It's much more in demand today than ever before. But you have to remember, to be an entertainment speaker is not easy. Because why? It's much more easier to bore your audiences than to be able to entertain them. Let me ask you one more question. If you were to be given a choice to choose whether to attend for a seminar or a show, which would you choose? Show. See, that's my point. You see, it's important. I mean, whether you're conducting seminar, workshop, or giving talks, injecting some humor in your speech. Because why? That's the one that's going to grab your audience attention and maintain their attention and listen to you while you give your talk or conducting a seminar. So recently what I did was, I did a little bit of research on this matter and I came across this famous Canadian comedian. I believe you've heard of Russell Peters, right? Yes. Yeah? Okay. You see, this guy has been doing stand-up for the past 18 years and now being labeled as comedic genius. The unique thing about Russell, as much a humorist as comedian, he doesn't tell jokes to his audience. What he did was, he uses his re-observation on subject relating to race, colors, cultures, sometimes current issues like terrorists, politics, to lighten up human shortcoming with the sizzling accuracy of a well-aimed laser. You see, you want to be a good speaker, there are definitely a lot of tips, like from A to Z. For instance, attention-getting opener, body gesture, costume, eye contact, there are a lot. But what I see when I studied Russell, not just Russell, yeah? I mean, I'm talking about other stand-up, like Jerry Seinfeld, Dave, George Carlin, Steve Martin, I couldn't remember all the names, but anyway. So what I learned from these people, they use four elements in their speech whenever they do their stand-up. First of all, it's facial expression. Second, tone of voice. Third, ability to imitate. And finally, well-versed with current issues. You see, facial expression, if you were to use it effectively, it will easily grab your audience attention instantly. Let's say you're talking about something serious, or you're talking about like phone ethic to your audience or something. You know, when it comes to phone ethic, it's important to smile when you're talking to your client on the phone or your customer, even though you're you are being shouted or your proposal are being declined. So you put on that basic acting elements in your speech. You know, the facial expression, like the shocking face or the angry face or the smiling face or the nonchalant look kind of thing. Use all those things, because you see, with this, it makes it easier for your audience to relate to your story, to your point. Secondly is tone of voice. When it comes to that, it's very much related to volume, raise, pitch, pace, and rate. And you have to remember, you see, when you're stressing on that point with the right kind of tone, it makes your point sound much more believable to your audience. You don't want your speech to be so boring and monotonous. You might want, once in a while, raise the volume a little bit. Third, ability to imitate. When it comes to that, I'm talking about copycatting, mimicking people's style, the intonation, the way of them speaking, you know, like how the Chinese speak English, how the Indians speak English, you know, things like that. There's this study, it says that if you want to learn a new language, for instance, yeah, you've got to master this ability to imitate. Okay, this is what they call mirror neuron, because if you're used to this habit, your neuron will sort of takes over. Okay, so this is something that you might want to consider. It's like cracking some jokes or something. And finally, well-versed with current issues. This is what I'm trying to say. You see, you have to be knowledgeable with what's happening around you. You know, because you see, when you're stressing a certain point and bring up a certain topic, at least you know your audience and you are in the same direction. It's easier for your audience to understand what you're talking about and relate to your story. You see, one more thing. The difference between an entertainment speaker and a normal speaker is an entertainment speaker have this ability to use their anger and intelligence to refocus and reconstruct their pain into entertainment. Everybody experiences pain in life, but the ability to convert your story into a humorous manner, that's what makes an entertainment speaker different compared to a normal speaker. They say, you know, like a good stand-up are those who are able to use their misery, sickening, pathetic obsession, and shortcoming and splatter it all over an audience. So you might want to consider mastering your entertainment speaking skill if you want to be a good speaker. And on top of that, you must have a sense of humor if you want to be an effective speaker. Because why? That's the one that's going to make you remembered by your audience and stands you out away from a normal speaker. Thank you.